reporting live from the liquor store, man. And when all three of us come together, man, it's Cowboys Uncut.
Goddess.
West Coast Cowboy in the middle, the Kanye West of this content stuff.
And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and landlord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo. We stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat Dak. And we ain't scared of running.
CeeDee Lamb.
It's only one team over here, it's Cowboys. Believe it. Yeah, it's you got it's the poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and Landlord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out, man. Don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC. Yeah, DC4L. All day, every day.
My dear Aunt Sally, we is at the P right now. We gotta go to free agency, then we gotta go to draft, then we can talk about training camp.
And Stephen Jones, who's also a multi-millionaire, moves and feels like a what? Like a dude that is got $15 in his bank account.
We finna come marching to Dallas with our picket signs, ticket torches, everything we can find.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, Henny the Moore. And hey, I'm 1/3 of Cowboys Uncut. Now, right below me, in motion, in the direction of a certain place in California where a team that you root for may or may not be, is my brother, West Coast Cowboy, man. How you living, my boy?
I'm good, man. How's everybody's nation doing, man? We are on our way to training camp. Hey, how I sound?
You sound like you in a car, but hey, we want to hear every bit of it.
All right, but I look cool. It's coming through smooth.
It coming in smooth.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, yeah, man. I'm on the freeway on my way to training camp, man. I'll be there in about I'll give you a training camp in a couple minutes.
Yes, indeed. April said you sound good. Justin Kitchen said football is back. Let's go. And he dropped the 6 trophies to help us practice manifestation. So, Wes,
hey,
let me ask you.
Make sure you guys hit that cash app, man. I'm on my way to training camp. I'll be doing the VIP access today. So $250, man. I got the raffle going on today. Today is the last day for the raffle. If you want to get involved on the raffle, I will be announcing the raffle winner. And we're going to go from there. We got like 12 entries right now, so I appreciate you guys for all the people that already did enter. But hey, man, we got like to the end of the day, so make sure if you haven't already, the raffle's only $10 to get in. Man, we appreciate y'all.
Indeed. And hey, man, his cash app is down there at the bottom. It's West Coast West Coast 1482. My cash app is $Henny the Moore. Make sure you support your independent content creators, and we try and bring y'all some exclusive content. You know, all training camp, all off season, man. And hey, really, Wes, I want to ask you, because I got my own thoughts. What are some of the things you're going to be looking at and scouting when you're at training camp? Like, what's one position group that you're really keyed in on? Just you personally.
Shoot, I mean, I would probably say my most curious is probably going to be wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made a post a couple months back, and we did a whole show about it, about how this wide receiver core was going to look without CeeDee Lamb in it. And now you got the whole world making memes off that same saying, but you know, I think world is going to see what the boys what our offense would look like without CeeDee Lamb now. Obviously, too. So, they're not going to be in pads or anything like that, but just the explosiveness, his vibe, the Cowboys, what he brings to this organization, that's going to be missed, man. And the fact that he's not even in California, bro. Like, he in Texas, you know what I'm saying? So, he on a real holdout. So, they literally going to have to get on a deal. He going to have to do a deal. Like, think about this. Like, if the Cowboys don't do a deal with CeeDee Lamb, like, before, like, 11 o'clock in the morning, he going to miss that day's practice, too. So, whatever they do, when they finally do a deal with with CeeDee Lamb, it's going to have to be, like, late at night so that he can get on a plane and get his ass to practice and be there that morning. But on another note, man, Jerry Jones low-key kind of told us when Dak Prescott was going to get paid. He low-key kind of told us yesterday. I was going to make a video on it. But he kind of low-key told us when Dak's going to get paid on that video, on that little snippet, when he said about how they're all in and how they want to focus on this year. Like, it's crazy, though, because it's like, I definitely think that the Cowboys and Dak are definitely talking a contract right now because they're both taking shots. Because Jerry Jones basically said that, that he wants Dak to focus on this 1 year and focus on everything and being all in on this year. And then Dak Prescott said in his news press conference, well, man, all the great quarterbacks have had to play for different teams. Who says that, bro? A guy who's letting you know, I'm not playing with you. He said specific names. He said Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, all those guys had, they spent long times with one organization and, ended up playing for other organizations. So obviously, like, wow, that's something you would never hear come out of Dak's mouth.
Shit, he did. He also channeled his inner Marshawn Lynch and said, I'm just here so I don't get fired. Well, it was very funny to me. But this is the thing, though, just to piggyback on what you said about the Dak Prescott stuff. Dak Prescott already has $55 million in the bank, right? Already accounted for, $55 million to the good. If he plays as well as we expect him to play, because he's going to be in the second year of this West Coast offense with pretty much the same players around him, he should put up similar numbers to what got him MVP consideration. So Dak Prescott will be probably coming off of another Pro Bowl, All-Pro season. He'll still be relatively young. He won't turn 32 until training camp of next year. Dak Prescott can get the bag right now from the Dallas Cowboys, then walk and sign for any team in the National Football League, and probably reset the market. And what people don't talk about, he's from Louisiana. The New Orleans Saints don't have a quarterback. He can easily go down there to the Superdome, play there. They already got a defense in place. They already got some guys like Olave and some other young wide receivers that are good. They just ain't never had a quarterback. And he'll be right back to business in a weak division. So yeah, like Dak Prescott got options. So I don't know why the Dallas Cowboys trying to treat Dak Prescott like he's the ugly girl when he Dak Prescott got options.
I don't know what they're doing. I mean, it just sounds like they're for sure talking about a contract right now. Because yesterday, I think both players kind of let it known. I think Jerry Jones wants Dak to play on that 1 year deal. And I think Dak feels like this. If he does play on this 1 year deal, they're not going to be able to afford him. I don't think Dak wants to leave, but Dak is going to, if they make him play on a 1 year deal after being second in MVP voting, like, bro, I'm about to go dumb, and I don't even know if I really want to come back. And honestly, that's not on, you can't put that on Dak, man. Like, you can't ask somebody to do the requirements of everything that they need to get paid and to do all these things, and then you be like, no, that's not enough. So basically what you're saying is Dak could have won the MVP last year, and that wouldn't have been good enough.
Yeah, he was second.
So think about this. They're basically telling Dak that your paycheck is going to be tied to the team's success, and that's not fair, because the only person whose paycheck should be tied to team success is freaking Jerry Jones, because he owns the team.
I was actually going to say Mike McCarthy.
Huh?
Since you're the coach, I was actually gonna say Mike McCarthy.
Anybody that's trying to helmet and shoulder pads. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, Mike McCarthy for sure. But Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy because they run the team. They're, Mike McCarthy for sure because that's his whole responsibility. But Dak's whole Dak is not responsible for the special teams. Dak is not responsible for the defense.
Yep. And if you're just counting what Dak Prescott did on offense, they were one of the best offenses in the league. He led the league in touchdown passes. They only had 9 interceptions. Like, what more could Dak Prescott have done as a quarterback from a personal standpoint and a personal metric?
Dak has done everything as an individual to prove that he deserves the bag. But the Dallas Cowboys as a team have not done everything to prove that they actually deserve him as a quarterback. We haven't. And now, since Dak has achieved all his goals, they're now using the team's lack to achieve their goals against him. Because you can't really say anything negative about Dak.
Yep. Only you can say the Cowboys haven't won in the playoffs. Cowboys ain't won. Listen, Cowboys got 4 playoff wins in 30 years. Dak Prescott got half of them. So if I'm Dak Prescott, I'm going to the table. Hey man, I done doubled y'all success in these lean years that y'all done had. I done doubled y'all success. You had 2 playoff wins in the last 20 plus years before I showed up. I got you 2, and I ain't been here 10 years yet. So I'm already ahead of the curve for what the hell y'all got going on.
Yeah, I must say like think about this. Like Trevor Lawrence didn't get paid because of team success, nor did he not get paid because of team success for the lack of team success. Trevor Lawrence didn't even get paid off of his own success. Trevor Lawrence got paid off of the success of someone else. Because think about this. Think about this. If Trevor Lawrence, if his peers were not good, Trevor Lawrence wouldn't have gotten a contract.
Yeah. I said they projected Trevor Lawrence to be this and that. And that's what a lot of teams do though. They either see a player that has already shown something and they lock him up, or they see somebody that has potential and they lock him up. Trevor Lawrence got signed strictly off potential and what they believe that he could be in the National Football League down the line. Like Dak Prescott done actually had production. He can't even get a paycheck. He actually done won multiple playoff games. He's actually done won Rookie of the Year. He done been an MVP candidate multiple times. He done been an All-Pro. He done won all these regular season games and put up all these numbers. And Dak Prescott still cannot get a deal from his own team. So if I'm Dak Prescott, I wouldn't want to sign back with the Dallas Cowboys. In all honesty, because the man should have been paid 1,000 times over at this point. If he was the quarterback for the Saints, right? He came in and put up these numbers after Drew Brees retired and all this other stuff. They would be singing his praises right now. There wouldn't be this outlandish smear campaign that goes on against Dak Prescott every damn off season if he was a Saint.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't get it.
I mean, if I to a degree, I know Dak is okay with leaving because if he really wanted to stay, he would have held out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, because a holdout is for sure going to get you. The holdout for sure gets you paid by your team, or it's going to speed up the process of getting you off this team.
One or two.
So Dak is definitely now open to he's opening to leaving, bro. And like I said yesterday, man, like I said yesterday, man, like fans, you can't, like, bro, like it sucks that all our great players get to this point. Like, I'm pretty sure Patrick Mahomes never thought a day in his life that he wouldn't be a Kansas City Chief.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure, you know what I mean? Like, Like, I'm pretty sure he's always believed he's going to be a Kansas City Chiefs. But now our quarterback, after having the best season of his career, doesn't even know if he's going to be back the next year. Like, what if Dak played? Think about this. What if Dak plays bad and the Cowboys still win a Super Bowl? Would you pay him?
Uh, you should. Like you should honestly, but that's the
You know
thing.
what I'm saying? But that's crazy, right? Okay.
Hmm.
What if Dak gets hurt? Trey Lance comes in. He's just an average quarterback, and you win the Super Bowl. You pay him?
No, because you know good and well
You
that Trey
wouldn't,
Lance
bro.
wasn't the driving force behind that Super Bowl. And that's another thing that people be confusing. So winning in the playoffs has always been a team accomplishment. That's why Dan Marino does not have a Super Bowl ring, but somebody like uh, Brad Johnson does. Brad Johnson is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and Dan Marino, who is probably one of the best pure passers of the football, does not. Warren Moon is one of the best quarterbacks ever to put on a helmet, and he never made it to a championship game. But you got guys like Jimmy Garoppolo that been to two NFC championship games and been to a Super Bowl. Hell, Rex Grossman went to a Super Bowl.
Sure did.
You know what I mean? But people don't ever think about that when they're out here doing these quarterback comparisons and talking about this guy did this. Like, no, if you look at how many good quarterbacks ain't never won anything and how many below average quarterbacks have, that should automatically tell you it's a damn team sport. It's a team sport. You got MVPs that never won Super Bowls and guys who were career backups that got championships as starters. My boy Doug Williams, first black quarterback to ever win a championship. He was not a perennial Pro Bowler, All Pro, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? He was on a very good team, and they were able to get it done. You know what I mean? But yeah, dog,
Bro, the National Black Society is gonna cancel your ass for that.
it's okay. That man wasn't a
Because
great player.
that's like the only non-cowboy jersey a black man can wear and not get in trouble for.
They could wear.
My pops will walk in the house with a Williams jersey, and I'll be like, okay, never mind. It takes me a minute to think about it, and I'll be like, all right, I get what you're doing.
Yeah, because listen,
It's February. It's February. I get it.
Yeah, that's the thing. And also, Yolanda, Tom Brady was the highest paid quarterback in the National Football League several times. He did not actually take a large pay cut until later in his career. So his first couple of contracts, he got every penny that he could. So
yes, and I'm gonna tell you this right here. Like, I'm gonna tell you what they used to do with Tom Brady.
Not true.
You know what they used to do with Tom Brady? They would be like, okay, we got a contract, right? West Coast is going to be the highest paid content creator, right? I'm the highest paid content creator. But then this new hot guy named Henny DeMore comes along, and they pay him X amount of dollars. They pay him the same amount of money they pay me, right? Now, my business, my company that I work for, we got to get more supplies. So I say, you know what? To help the team, to help the company, I'm willing to take $1,000 less than what Henny's making. I'll do that to help the team. Now, you know what they say? Oh my God, West Coast took less money. Yeah, I did. I'm not the number one. I'm not number two, but I'm number three. Bro, Tom Brady was never not a top 5 paid quarterback in the league. Don't believe that lie.
Yeah, it's not. They act like he was playing for veteran minimum or some shit.
No, he was not even close.
And listen, even when Dak Prescott gets his contract, he won't be the highest paid quarterback for long. Tua still got to get his money. Jordan Love still got to get his money. There's a bunch of other quarterbacks coming down the pipeline. After Dak Prescott signs,
Jordan Love technically ain't got to get his money, bro, because if they don't make it in the playoffs this year, you're not even talking about Jordan Love. Jordan Love does not deserve. I love him. I love the black man. But he is not in the same. He is not in the same category as my quarterback. My quarterback has a resume.
But listen, you are.
I'm just saying.
Hold on. I'm just saying you are worth whatever you're able to negotiate. They're negotiating. Hold on. They're negotiating a $56 million deal that's going to reset the market. If you're getting that, your name got to go in there. We're not talking about skill, ability, or deserving. If they're going to give it to him, we got to bring it up because his money affect my nigga money.
Yeah, I know, but I'm speaking as in trivial terms. You should not be talking about Jordan Love and Dak Prescott in the same sentence because Dak has achieved.
We shouldn't.
You should not be. But because of the economy and how things are, you are. But what I'm saying is Jordan Love does not have the same conversation as Dak Prescott.
Hey, listen, I understand what you're saying 1,000 times over. I'm just saying to be fair, the man got a fire-ass agent. Dak Prescott also got a fire-ass agent. This is sort of off subject, but I'm gonna bring this up real quick. So, have you ever even heard of this player? His name is Tyson Campbell. Tyson Campbell
Yeah.
just signed the highest cornerback contract in NFL history for a guy that never made a Pro Bowl. His agent, Todd France, Dak Prescott's agent. So y'all think that Todd France is finna play with the Joneses? He got a guy. I had to Google this man to find out who the hell he was. He got that man record-setting money. Never made a Pro Bowl, never nothing. And you think Dak Prescott is gonna go quietly into the night and tuck his tail between his legs and not get paid?
Damn.
Man, Dak and Todd finna put them boys on the cross.
But I say it like this: Pro Bowling, you can make. I get it on the Pro Bowl because the Pro Bowl is based off of votes of the fans. And if you're in the Jacksonville Jaguars, nobody knows who you are. Like if like nobody knows who you are. Like think about this, bro. Like DeRon Bland. If DeRon Bland was on if he was on a more famous, if he was on the Chiefs, he would have won Defensive Player of the Year.
Should've.
Sometimes it's about where you are.
Yeah, any other corner did what he did, he would have unquestionably been Defensive Player of the Year. Unanimously probably been Defensive Player of the Year. You up here breaking records that ain't been broken 30 plus years. Really,
Bro, I didn't even hear about Myles Garrett doing anything, bro. I didn't even hear about him doing anything last year, bro. I mean, bro, you get sacks. You're a defensive end. That's your freaking job, bro. That's like giving a quarterback the MVP for most completions. Like, remember, if you don't have completions, you should not be throwing the ball. You get what I mean? It's like if I had ID, I wouldn't.
Drink out, bro.
You know what I mean? It's like if I had ID, I wouldn't need ID. You know what I'm saying? They kind of go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying?
Which is true as hell, man. Which is very true. And look, man, this is what I'm saying. Like, and it pretty much dates back to your point. Go through Dak Prescott's resume. Rookie of the Year, All Rookie Team, 3 Pro Bowls, All Pro selection, top 5 in NFL history in career completion percentage, top 10 in career passer rating, top 10 in career touchdown to interception ratio. Like the man got everything but a Super Bowl ring. He got everything but a Super Bowl ring. And listen, if he do get one, he's probably a Hall of Famer. Just based on all those gaudy numbers he done put up and all these other things on his resume, he probably makes it into the Hall of Fame with one Super Bowl ring.
If he can get to the Super Bowl, he'll be a Hall of Famer.
If he gets the Dallas Cowboys to the Super Bowl,
if he gets the Dallas Cowboys to the Super Bowl, they'll vote him in.
Just cause it's just the
pedigree. And then you got to think like breaking Cowboy records is different than breaking like the Jaguars records. You know what I'm saying? Like Cowboys records have stood for a long time. If you're breaking records in the Dallas Cowboys, that means you're breaking someone's record who's probably already in the Hall of Fame.
Like CeeDee Lamb doing Michael Irvin's record.
We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks. You know what I mean? See, like if your organization doesn't have a Hall of Fame quarterback to compare guys off of, then it's going to be hard to make that push. But Dak, when it's all said and done, statistically, it's going to look like the best quarterback to ever wear a star on his head outside of the Super Bowl rings. Like Dak is going to go down as the greatest Dallas Cowboy quarterback of all time. Because right now, statistically, he's already there.
Yep. Man got completion
percentage. Tell me a record that Dak does not have.
Yeah, Dak got a completion percentage up there
Bro,
with Drew Brees.
He's breaking NFL records.
What? I'm saying he has a completion percentage up there with Drew Brees, and people have the nerve to call the man inaccurate.
Yeah, you know what's crazy too? People try to say, people not even that they try to say he's inaccurate, but they try to say stuff like he's a dink and diver, bro. Like, this is at the end of the day. Listen to me. Drew Brees didn't have no big time. When did Drew Brees get Michael Thomas? At the end of his career, bro. I remember Drew Brees having this really good tight end that everybody said was the best in the world, Jimmy Graham. Yeah, he had him for a very long time. And you know what he did with Jimmy Graham? He looked like the best quarterback in football. Because you know what really good quarterbacks do? They make really good decisions. And you know what really good decisions typically land to? You throwing the ball to a tight end who's wide in front of you. Who's right in front of you.
Yeah. And Jimmy
People don't
Graham was
remember
there wide.
that Drew Brees was working tight ends, bruh. Drew Brees never had a wide receiver that. Now I remember the receivers the Saints had because I watched football. But outside of Michael Thomas, name me a receiver that Drew Brees had.
What's my
Mac,
boy name? Oh, Brandon Cooks is one.
Brandon Cooks.
Who else did he have?
He had a bunch of random dudes, bruh.
Hold on, there was one dude that was hard as hell. I can't even remember his
But
name.
but he didn't have no 88s. You know what I mean? And I'm not even. What I'm trying to say is this: Dak at the beginning of his career.
Put in the chat box, matter of fact, yeah. Go ahead.
Dak at the beginning of his career, him and Drew Brees' careers mimic each other. Like we were leaning more on Dak to be a good quarterback versus us having good receiver play. Dak just got good receiver play. I love Dez, but bro, he had Dez at the end of his career. I love Amari Cooper, but he got Amari Cooper coming off a decline when listen to me, the Raiders were trying to get rid of Amari Cooper. Everybody said we overpaid for Amari Cooper.
They did.
Remember?
That's it, Marquise Colston. That's who it was.
Oh, yeah, Colston was nice. Yeah. But you get what I'm saying, though? Like, and guess what? People realize, damn, it's not. Drew Brees really is a good quarterback. Why? Because look who he's throwing the ball to. Dak never got that, bruh. Colston was better than Michael Thomas. I don't know if he was better than Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas at his peak was probably a top 3 wide receiver. He just fell off like a bad sack of dope, bruh. Out of Taft High School, out here in Southern California, he just fell off. Michael Thomas just fell off.
Injuries, man.
I wouldn't be opposed. 2 receivers that I looked up randomly last night. I don't even know why. Jarvis Landry, who hasn't played in 2 years, and Michael Thomas.
Yeah, because you're right. Because Colston was consistent, but he never put up the kind of numbers he did. It'd be 1,000 yards, 1,200 yards. You know,
Go look what he did with Jimmy Graham. Go look what he did with Jimmy Graham.
Oh, let me pull up Michael Thomas numbers too, real quick. Because Michael Thomas had 700 yards, some crazy shit.
Bro, Michael Thomas was looked at as the best receiver in football at one point. Turn it down or turn it off.
Yeah, thank you. So Michael Thomas had a crazy 4-year stretch. 1,137 yards, 1,245, 1,405. Then he capped that shit off with 1,725. And then he got hurt, and he ain't had over 500 yards in 4 years.
And you know what sucks? He got hurt as the highest paid receiver in football too.
Oh my mama! Like, listen, we're just talking about recently. He's had a similar career path to Michael Gallup. Promising
yeah, he came back too early. He was the highest paid receiver in football. He came back too early, and he hasn't recovered from it.
Yeah, promising young wide receiver. Start getting the injury bug was never the same.
Never the same, bro. And listen to me, when you get the injury bug, you know what that means? You're not healing. Mm-hmm. That means you're not healing. Because, bro, people get hurt all the time. But you know what they do? They heal, and then they come back. Adrian Peterson never got the injury bug. You want to know why? Because he was completely healed. This is an era where players are more pressed with trying to get back. And guess what? Just because it took you a year to do an ACL don't mean it's going to take somebody else a year. And that's what they've basically done with injuries. Like, if you don't, especially your first major injury, you need not come back until you're 100% ready.
Mm-hmm. You got to remember, the older you get, your body does not heal the same.
And I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't heal the same, nor does it heal at the same speed.
Like, for real, that's some shit you could.
Hey, but look at how many yards. Look how many yards Jimmy Graham. And before we go into the next subject, look at how many yards Jimmy Graham had.
All right, let me pull Cuz up real quick. Jimmy Graham
as a tight end.
So for his career, well, he didn't play with everybody. So his top season with Drew Brees Well, his top season in yards was 1,310 his second year. His top season in touchdowns was 16 in his fourth year,
And this is who? This
2013.
is what? And who was throwing him the ball?
Drew Brees.
Now I'm gonna tell you this right here. Dak didn't even he never threw the ball to tight end that much. But you know what when he did do that, you know what they did? They said you know what they did to him? They said he was a dink and dunk quarterback. They said he don't throw the ball. Man, Drew Brees, go look at Tom Brady, bro. You don't even remember Tom Brady throwing the ball to receivers. You know who he threw the ball to? Gronk. Great quarterbacks throw the ball.
The guy that should not be named. The guy that should not be named. Ben Watson. We forget he had Ben Watson the first Super Bowl runs. So yeah, he Tom Brady stayed with a throwed ass tight end.
Yeah. And guess what? That's why you don't turn the ball. That's why when you throwing the ball to tight ends, you don't turn the ball over as much too.
Yeah. And then when your tight ends are athletes, it pretty much give you the same effect.
Hey, and you know what's crazy? Think of right now, who is the one quarterback who everybody looks at is the pinnacle great quarterback right now? Who?
Patrick Mahomes, and he does have a Hall of Fame tight end.
And who does he throw the ball to?
Travis Kelce.
A Hall of Fame what? Tight end.
Yep.
Tell me that's not the Tom Brady story all over again. Tell me that's not Drew Brees' story all over again.
Yeah, having a 5 tight end definitely helps. It definitely helps when you have below par wide receivers. That can supplement a lot. You ain't forcing the ball downfield to people that ain't open.
Yeah, and think about this. In a mathematics world, if you had to say to yourself, who has a better chance of getting open, a wide receiver 10 times on a cornerback getting down the field, or a tight end on a linebacker?
Shit, a
tight end on linebackers get open way more than a wide receiver.
Yeah, most of the time those
are faster than the damn wide receiver.
I'm finna say most of the time those linebackers ain't up to par.
Linebackers, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what they're going to be doing on that play. Right now, Micah Parsons versus any starting tight end in the league, I'm probably going to give Micah Parsons 50-50.
You're welcome. You have enough on there?
And that's me showing love.
Hell yeah.
Because we all know Micah Parsons is not dropping back in coverage.
And hey, listen, as well he rushed the passer, I don't think he should. I think that time has passed, man.
Yeah, it is. Hey, but you know something else that Jerry Jones said in his press conference that was kind of crazy too? Well, Stephen Jones actually said it. He said we have Dak Prescott, who only has 1 year. He said, but yet we have Micah. We have other 2 guys that have 3 years on their contract, right? And I was thinking, wait, that math does not add up. How does Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb's contract both expire in the same year? Why would Stephen Jones say that? You're the math guy, Henny. Why would Stephen Jones say that Micah Parsons, that he has Dak that has to get paid because he only has this year, but he has 2 other guys, and he was talking about Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb that he said that we have for sure for 3 years?
Well, for one, like he must be.
You know what I just told? If you're CeeDee Lamb, you know I'm gonna let you say it because maybe I'm seeing something you don't. But what do you think he meant when he said that?
I think he pretty much said he's gonna tag the shit out of them.
Facts.
That's what he's trying to say. Tell y'all, because Micah Parsons has this year, next year his 5th year option that they can tag his ass then.
They can tag him.
And then CeeDee Lamb is on his 5th year option. You can tag his ass next year.
And then think about this, bro. He said 3 years, so they're talking about actually tagging him twice. Bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Your ass might not see you may not see CeeDee Lamb, bro.
Man.
If they're talking about tagging me in training camp, bro, you're not. We are far from a contract.
They ain't thought about giving this man a contract. If that's the
Bro, the
case,
Cowboys basically want him to come in and just and do what Dak's doing and just go get a Super Bowl. But that's not fair, bro. Like that's not fair that I'm the only person on the team that has to get paid for winning a Super Bowl. Everybody else, like the kicker, what is he getting paid for then?
right? And this is the thing. This is the thing. Dak Prescott don't give a damn. Dak Prescott know he's paid regardless. He already told you, I can get the bag here, I can get the bag over yonder, I can get the bag over there. Like Dak Prescott straight. CeeDee Lamb, they control. They actually got control of your contract. They can't do shit to Dak Prescott but let him walk if they don't pay him. CeeDee Lamb, they could play with your career, honestly. So yeah, so like CeeDee Lamb is doing the right thing for him. Just the same way I think Dak Prescott doing the right thing for himself. Dak Prescott showing up, getting every penny of that $55 million contract and bouncing, and CeeDee Lamb staying gone so he can get a contract extension. Both going to work out for him. You know, there's more than one way to skin a cat, especially given that they ain't got the same deck of cards to play with. Like right now, Dak is playing spades. He got both the big jokers and most of the spades in the deck. And CeeDee Lamb is playing Uno, but somebody done hit his ass with a draw four. He got a handful of cards he's trying to get off of. They playing different games right now.
Yeah, they are. So man, man, Dak is they basically turned into that I don't know. Dak is like in a relationship where you don't care if you don't care, bro. Like someone has basically whispered in Dak's ear, "You're getting paid regardless."
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody literally whispered in his ear, "You're gonna get paid regardless."
So
And
it
Dak
don't
knows,
matter. Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
it doesn't
If I'm
matter.
so if
So
I'm Dak, I'm
Dak is
going out
playing.
here.
Yeah, Dak is playing. Dak can definitely go out there and play clean and free. And to be honest with you, theoretically, Dak has to know that he'll have to take less money to be a Cowboy next year.
Then
And I'm gonna tell you this right now: if you're Dak, he's probably accepted the fact that if a contract doesn't get done this year, that he will be gone next year because, like, Dak don't like, bro. Team success. Listen to me. If Dak plays well, the smart teams that need a quarterback are gonna pay him. If the Cowboys win a
man.
Super Bowl, the teams that don't give a damn are gonna want to pay him. Why? Because they're gonna want a Super Bowl winning quarterback as their quarterback.
On my mama. Hey, real quick, shout out to Landlord with the $5 super chat. He said, new measuring stick. If you gotta hope that the potential player you drafting become the player that you already got, you got McDonald's at home. Oh shit. That is very true. And I appreciate you for the support, my brother. And hey, that's a real one. He himself is going out to Oxnard and he's still supporting the podcast. That's a real one right there, man. Shout out to my boy Landlord.
When are you coming out here? He'll be out here next week.
He'll be out there next week. And shout out to Craven. Craven, you going to the Oxnard this year? Tap in with my boys. You get out that way. And y'all fail to realize he needs his money. He just had a baby too.
Bro, Dak
You
does
ain't
not
lying.
need his money, bro. Dak is worth over $200 million right now. Bro, there is no baby is worth over $200 million.
Hold on now. We ain't saying that he's destitute. We saying he got to take care of her kids and maybe they kids. They handle this shit right.
Man, listen to me. Even if Dak just wants the money so he can just put it all in a big old tub and swim in it, it don't matter what he needed for, bro. The point of the matter is this. The Dallas Cowboys have made billions off of Dak Prescott, and the Dallas Cowboys asked listen to me. The Cowboys, when they drafted Dak Prescott, would have never wrote on a piece of paper that he will have achieved all these things right now, because if he did, he would have been the number one pick overall in that draft, and he would not have been a Dallas Cowboy. And that's a fact.
What you talking about when they redid the picks?
Bruh, in the 2016 draft, Dak is the best player to come out that draft.
Yeah, him, Zeke, and Derrick Henry. I can't really put anybody else in.
Yeah, but Derrick Henry ain't getting looked at. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, Dak is he's the best player in that entire draft. And there's
Yeah.
no way the Cowboys would have wrote that down on a piece of paper that they thought he was going to be able to achieve all this. So
Nah.
yeah,
Listen, they didn't even look at the man as a as a starter because they had to get
they
talked
think he's
into
going to be a tight end.
getting
Some people
him.
think he's going to be a tight end. Remember?
There was that one stupid motherfucker that don't deserve a show. You right, but I was saying like Dak Prescott wasn't even looked at as being a guy ready to play at the time that they drafted him. They were still trying to push for Kellen Moore to be the backup and stuff, and Jason Garrett stood on the table for him. And then we all know what happened. Tony Romo got hurt. Kellen Moore broke his ankle, and the rest was history. Oh yeah, Chris Jones was in that draft too. So yeah, that was very good. Matter of fact, they played together at Mississippi State. He said facts. Shout out to B-Bird too for the $5 super. He said Dak tells his girl, "I know I'm a good man. You can kick me out the house, but I won't be on the street long. There are more of you than they are of me." That's exactly what he needed to tell the Dallas Cowboys, man. That's exactly what he needed to tell the Dallas Cowboys because they acting like Dak Prescott isn't one of these Instagram models or some shit. Dak Prescott can get flued out now. Quit playing.
Yeah. And they also believe that Dak Prescott is one of these guys that is going to go out there and be like, I always grew up wanting to be a Cowboy and I'll sacrifice. Yeah, man, we all grew up wanting to be Dallas Cowboys. But listen to me, if the Eagles pay me, I'm gone, bro. I'm gone, bro.
Mama.
On my mama, bro. I'm gone. I will be doing little subliminal things like saying "Go Cowboys" in the middle of our Eagles broadcast. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get that paper. I'm gonna do what I got to do.
On my mama, because listen, there are plenty of guys born and raised as Dallas Cowboy fans that play for other teams and never thought about joining. Patrick Mahomes grew up down the street from me in Tyler, Texas, is a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan, and he don't give a damn about playing for the Dallas Cowboys. Like he's one of the highest paid players ever. The man signed for almost $500 million. Who cares what you grew up to be? Who's going to pay me? Who's going to believe in me? Who's going to take a chance on me? Those are the things that matter when it comes to sports. It doesn't matter who my favorite team was when I was in diapers and shit. Like none of that shit matters at this point when I got a family to feed, goals that I want to reach, and a career that I'm trying to maintain.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. Like, when you're making this type of money, you done fed your family and the community, man. But it's really about this, man. No matter what whatever Dak is paid, you got to think this: they're not paying someone that like your company. If your salary is only probably less than 1% of what you actually bring into the company. That's why they're able to give you the salary. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, hey Wes, you made the same point I made because when the Jordan Love stuff was announced, I'm like, he gonna make $56 million, yeah, and they're probably gonna make $200 million off of Jordan Love. Probably more than that, because you got the merchandise, you got the jerseys, you got the ticket sales. They're gonna boom. That's why there's a dozen teams in the NFL that ain't won a Super Bowl, and all of them still want to sign high name players because they got a bottom line to meet. They gotta put asses in seats. They gotta be good enough to get primetime games. They ain't got the cachet of the Cowboy. They actually gotta be good to be on TV. They gotta sell jerseys and merchandise. So yes, I know we probably ain't gonna win the Super Bowl, but I'm gonna have enough big name people on this roster so that y'all can buy into this shit. Cause I gotta make some money. So hey, if I gotta give this quarterback a $200 million contract, I'll make $1 billion off this shit all together. I'll make $1 billion off this man. Just watch me work.
Yeah, they will. They'll make more than that.
Oh, easily. And then he's a quarterback for a marquee franchise. It's Titletown. It's the Packers. So they'll sell that jersey 1,000 times over. They'll pack out the stadiums. Then they publicly own, so there's not that much of an overhead. Oh yeah, they gonna make all kinds of money off paying Jordan Love.
And not to mention jersey sales.
Yep, all that stuff. So yeah, man.
Like I was watching this podcast. I was watching Shady, and they were talking about the effect of Chip Kelly and what he had on their careers and stuff like that. and he said something that was very interesting. And he said like when he got traded to Buffalo, he lost more money. He lost money because Shady McCoy was saying this. You say because I guess like freaking yes, he said when he was in Philadelphia, he was a top 10 jersey seller in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? So he was getting the royalties for that. But when he went to Buffalo, they don't really sell jerseys like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking like, dang, like imagine a team that doesn't sell jerseys like that, and you get a guy like Dak who's a top 5.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi must have got. Yeah, the Wi-Fi must have got Wiz because he froze on screen. My boy just froze up on me. But either way, I think this has been a good show. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm getting closer to camp, so the service is getting worse.
All right, it's all good. I gotta go back to work anyway, bro.
Can you hear me?
Can
you see me?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can see you good too. It's clear as day on my side. I ain't gonna lie.
All right. I said I gotta. Good. Yeah, I said I gotta go back to work anyway, man.
I love you, man. Let's get up out of here then.
Love you too, man. Hey, tell them boys what you usually say on the way out, though, my brother.
Hey, man. Well, I'm gonna see if the kids are here. Y'all wait. All right, so what we say, same as slogan say. I never look down. Peace.